Hello and welcome to my beautiful soul friends, and welcome to Manifest with Shannon. In today's reading, I'm going to have a look at what your higher self wants to tell you about the path you're going down, this new direction or something that's coming towards you. And it's something, when we are going through these awakenings that I believe all of us, the whole humanity is going through an awakening at the moment, but some of us are more aware and some of us are more consciously working with that while others are resisting. But even when you're consciously working with it and you know to trust, even then it can make you feel anxious and you can make you feel uncertain. And this reading is going to help you understand your own path a little bit better. So I'm going to divide this into 3 different soul groups. And the reason why I call it this is because I feel we all incarnate into this planet as one big soul family. But some of us come in soul groups. So there's groups of us that are going through similar things. We're going through similar paths. I believe we even have similar spirit guides, and a lot of similarities are happening now. We live different lives. We live different ages and whatever, it doesn't matter. But some of us fall into these groups where we are on the similar soul path at this point in time. So you're going to find one of these is your soul group. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle in front of you so that you can work with your intuition here. So these cards are going to represent, it's like your psyche, kind of. These are called the Archeo cards. And so these are kind of almost like Jungian archetypes. It's about a part of you that wants to work with you or that's opening up for you at this time. And so you'll see the different cards and the words and you can get a pull. Now don't choose the one you want, what sounds right to you. Choose from your intuition, and that's that quiet voice, that pull from inside that you have to trust. Okay. So the first one we have is Illuminator. The second one we have Arbiter. And the third one we have is Wanderer. Interesting. Again, don't go by the name or think, oh, I'm a wanderer, I'm going to pick that pile. Go by your intuition. Okay? So I'm going to let you gaze upon these cards for a moment and take a few deep breaths is what I find works the best, and allow your intuition to guide you to which group is for you. All right, I'll see you at your reading. Hello, Soul Group 1. This is your reading. So in this reading, we're going to take a look at what your higher self wants you to know about the journey that's unfolding before you, the path that you're currently on, and what is coming next. What's next? So this reading is to help give you a little bit of insight into this path that is unfolding before you. Kind of like this card, the Illuminator, illuminating the path before you because you're having a hard time navigating or seeing. It's like trying to see in a fog. For this card, it's our Psyche card. The Illuminator helps us to see the path. So it's funny that you chose this card. It's about illuminating the path in front of you. And I really feel like you've been, it's been hard for you to see the path in front of you. I feel like you've been working on something for a long time. And some of you might have seen success in it, and some of you just haven't yet. And you're wondering if you should go on. You're wondering if anything will come of this. You're wondering what's going to change. You're wondering if what you're doing is working. And others are just, the path in front of you just feels uncertain. You know something is about to change. You know it, but you can't quite see it. And this card is asking you to trust that you do have an inner navigational guide that knows exactly what to do. The illuminator illuminates the path. It shines a light in the dark. It's like a flashlight. So you're able to see a little bit ahead. You're able to see some of the path in front of you. But deeper than that, this is you being able to illuminate the darkness for others as well. Pardon me, I'm starting to lose my voice. And it's interesting that I'm losing my voice in this reading, because I feel like you've been unwell for a while. You've been battling a lot of things in your life. I feel like a lot of you have had to really go through it. So I feel you've been battling fatigue, multiple illnesses. For example, for me, I have 2 children in elementary school. So needless to say, we've had a few viruses. And so I can relate, but I feel like it's really pounded you. And I feel like I get a sense from this group that you're exhausted, but that the energy is starting to come in. You're starting to feel better. You're starting to see the clouds part, but you just can't quite piece it together. There's a feeling of not being able to piece things together. So the illuminator is coming in to help you see that you actually know the way. You know the way. And it's up to you to follow that path without fear. See, this what I feel for this soul group is that your fear has been holding you back. And I feel like it's not necessarily a fear that's gripping you and you can't move forward. It's more like in your subconscious of a fear that maybe of failure or of success, or that it's just this, that you just won't be able to do it. Your fear, I think what I feel for this pile is, because it's so much like me, this soul group, is this feeling of like, is it meant for me? Am I kidding myself? It's like that feeling. Am I kidding myself? I don't know. And it's a real feeling of not understanding yourself in what you're doing, as seeing yourself as being able to do it. There's a doubt. There's a real self-doubt, and that's creating a fear. And I feel, though, that now you're starting to see, like, the sun is coming out and over the horizon, and you're starting to get a glimpse of this path. And part of your path is illuminating this for others, because you're going through this for a reason. And you're going through all of these hardships for a reason. And I feel a lot of you are going through multiple hardships. Things just have not been working out for you for a while. And so, again, this is like almost like a Ten of Swords moment, where you were rather more like the star. This is like the star, where the tower has fallen and now you're laying bare, but you're healing. You're in the waters in healing, and you're this wishing upon a star, and now you're starting to see the path unfolding before you. So, and I feel like you're going through that. There's a glare on this. Put that there. These cards are very shiny. I feel like you're going through this so that you can be a guide for others too, in some way, shape, or form. So some of you might be looking at a new career and you just don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. And, or, what career path is meant for you. I feel strongly that some of you are battling with that. And in some way, shape, or form, it's going to be showing others the way, how to do something that you did for yourself, that you were able to overcome. you will show the way for others too. I really get the strong sense that that is how it's going to be. So let's take a look at your oracle cards first. Actually, no, sorry. There's one oracle card we're going to look at, and the other ones I'm going to get to. Am I? How am I going to do this? Trying to decide if I'm going to show you them all at once or unveil them slowly one at a time. I kind of have a feeling you need to see them all at once. I think that's why I'm not sure here. Okay. So let's first, we're going to put out the tarot cards, and then I'm going to, I am going to show you all of the oracle cards that I've pulled, because I feel like for this particular group, you guys really need to see it all in front of you. Okay. So I have pulled this card, which is called the Karma Cards by Monte Farber. So this is about, it's like an astrology of your spirit, mind, and physical. Spiritual, mental, and physical. And what will be supporting you right now, okay? And for you have Jupiter, which is great. Jupiter brings good blessings. Jupiter's the lucky planet. It's associated with Sagittarius, which is considered the lucky sign. And we have the Illuminator, so we have some fire signs going on here. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, sun, moon, or rising. So I mean, you don't have to be that, but it's just confirmation. This is like that fire energy, that passion energy, and the good luck, good things. So this tells me right away that your intuition about that things are starting to, your path is starting to become clear and stuff. It's based on, it's right. That's what I'm trying to say. It's right. You are actually going into a much luckier time. And I think you feel that. And you're just not sure if you can trust it. And I'm going to tell you that yes, you can. King of Swords, the feminine one, fell out. I'm going to put her back in. But again, that just is kind of clarity. Like, yes, they can see. They can see the way. King of Swords knows exactly what to do. All right. I feel like I picked the wrong cards, though, because they're very shiny and slippery. And there's some reflection because it's very gloomy outside, so I have to pull a whole bunch of lights around and they're going to reflect off the cards, so apologies for that. Okay. So we have the granting of, and this is spiritual, Two of Cups. We see this Two of Cups, they're twins. Okay. Blessings from, this is mental. We have the Six of Swords. Good fortune, physicals, the physical world, your body, the Hierophant. All right. Ten of Cups on the back. Take responsibility for your life as a creative adventure. How can you live with more meaning, integrity, and truth? You can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. What wisdom does your higher self have for you? So we have Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Actually, let's cover that up because we're not looking at that part of the card. The return. A new story. You decide alignment. It's coming together. And we have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. This is a beautiful card. Love this one. All right, so let's start here. In the middle, we have the granting of, and we have Two of Cups. This is spiritual. I really feel like you are coming into your own. You are seeing yourself as the beautiful, magical, fierce, awesome person that you are. And I feel you've been stripped bare. As we can see from some of these cards, we have align your life. What is not aligned and needs to change. And she's all fragmented. And Six of Swords is coming out of a bad situation. So that's the blessings from in your mind. So this is your mind, okay? So in the blessings of your mind is you're starting to think in a more positive way. Your mind is coming out of the dark and you're starting to see the path. And also deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. That really tells me that you've been through a lot, that you're exhausted. You can make it through, you're always guided. This is also the same thing. You've been working really hard to make something happen. And things haven't been going as planned. Or you've experienced loss. And so you're feeling really worried about the future, if this is really going to happen for you, if you're really going to be able to pull it off. And the last one, the return, a new story, you decide, alignment, it's coming together. So there's few cards in here with take responsibility for your creative life is telling me that this entire reading is saying it's really up to you. It's really up to you. The path in front of you it requires you to walk it. With the illuminator, you're able to see now the path in front of you with blessings so this is good fortune coming into your mind with this Six of Swords. See, she's sitting in this dark cloud and the star, her wish, is anchoring her down on this beautiful tropical island in the middle of the sea where your mind is finally free from the noise of life, and you have your own little oasis that you're finding inside your mind of clear thinking, that's your spirit guides are saying, and your higher self is saying that you know the way. And they're there with you. They're walking with you. They have your back. You can trust. You are heading in the path in the right direction. And what's happening right now is that you are aligning with your own higher self. You are aligning with your soul purpose here. You're learning to love yourself. And you're attracting people to you who are going to align themselves with you as well. You're going to start finding those kinds of relationships coming into your life. We also have good fortune in the physical word here of the Hierophant. Again, this card, the owl, the wisdom that you're gaining from all of this is something that you are going to illuminate for others. Your path has something to do with guiding others through whatever it is that you've been through. It's different for everyone. So different for everyone. So I don't want to give any examples. I just want to say that everyone watching this pile has been through hell in one way, shape, or form. Setbacks, a lot of feeling like you're being held down. Feeling like gloom in your mind. Feeling like nothing is working out. There's this real sense of feeling as though you can't take one more day of disappointments. You're giving up. Like I feel like this pile has gotten close to giving up many times. Like I quit energy, but you didn't quit. And because you didn't quit, you're starting to now awaken to your true purpose inside yourself because you've done the work. I mean, pat yourselves on the back, okay? You've been through a lot and you're here and you're still going, okay? You're still going. And that is the key to being successful at anything, is to be... Sorry, I just had to look behind me. I have this real sense that somebody's standing behind me with their hands on my shoulders. You are being guided and watched. Everything you are doing you're very protected. And I almost feel like someone's kind of massaging your shoulders from behind. Like you've been given time to rest here. So if you feel like things are not moving forward, hey, maybe you just lost a job or something like that, or maybe you're just feeling sick all the time and your energy is low, that's all going to change. But for now, while you're kind of working through this energy, know that it's there so that you can heal yourself, so that you have time to really, truly rest. And by rest, that doesn't mean sitting on your phone in bed and going through TikTok and drowning out into the noise, because here it's about you shutting that out into your own little oasis, okay? And the way to do that is to really go into nature. You need to go into nature, go into meditation, shut out the world. Whoa, sorry. I just hit my tripod. See, I'm tired. I'm with you. This pile is totally for me. I actually drew some cards very similar to this. This is my soul group. You know, we've been through a tough time, and it's going to be a little different for everybody. But I felt the second the clock hit, 2023, that everything was going to change. Like I just felt this lightness, this energy, this like, wow, I've gotten out of the dark. Like I've come out of a dark place and I'm starting to see the light. And I think that's what I strongly sense here for this group, that you feel it. You can feel it. You can sense it. You just can't taste it yet. It's like you can smell the cookies in the oven are cooking, and that smell, when you bake and you can smell it and it's almost ready, but you just got to be a little more patient. And then once it's ready and you take it out, you got to wait for it to cool. So there's a patience here. And in the meantime, while you're letting it bake and while you're waiting for it to cool, this is asking you to really align yourself here, let go of anything that no longer serves you. Stop clinging to things right now that are in any way, shape, or form toxic or detrimental to your well-being. If you need to give up cigarettes, quit. If you shouldn't be drinking coffee, maybe it gives you heartburn or something, quit. If you have people in your life that are just bring you down, stop talking to them. It's very simple like that. I know that kind of sounds blunt, but I am kind of blunt. So, but it's more like I just need to get the message through. You can take what resonates and leave the rest. And these are just examples. I don't know. Enjoy your coffee if it doesn't bother you. But I'm just saying, if you know that it's bad, like smoking cigarettes is bad, period. And if that's what you're at, you can quit. Okay. There's help there. Use guidance. It will take some time, but you can quit. Or maybe there's things you need to do rather than quit. Maybe you need to start doing some stretching or yoga. Maybe you need to start meditating. Maybe you need to start eating a little bit better. You know what to do. Okay? And basically the message here is saying, follow what you know. If you know you have to quit something, you need to really quit it right now. If you know you have to do something, you need to start doing that thing. If you know, okay, I need to go to bed earlier, then go to bed earlier. Set your alarm, set your attention, whatever you need to do to get yourself into bed a little bit earlier. If you want to start working out in the morning, get up a little bit earlier in the morning and do a little workout. You don't have to kill yourself. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to do whatever it is that you need to do. Like, oh, I want to start a new exercise regime. Okay, great. Maybe just go for a walk for 5 minutes around the block. Get yourself used to the change, whatever it is you're bringing in. That will help you a little bit better. For some of you who don't like abrupt change, that might help you ease into it. You don't have to throw yourself into something. You can, like cigarettes, you can wean yourself off. Just say, okay, I'm giving myself a month. I'm going to smoke 1 cigarette less per day until I'm not smoking any cigarettes. Whatever it is that you personally know will work for you, that's what you need to do. Because your mind is really starting to form and shape your future. You're really starting to see it, and we want to eliminate anything toxic in that might be hurting your mind. If you're drinking too much, or if you're eating too much sugar, or if you're not sleeping enough, or if you're on social media filling your brain with negativity or just random nonsense, nothing that's helping you out, right? Whatever it is, like, again, I'm just throwing examples out there. I'm not saying that that's a problem for you personally, but you know what it is for you. Like for me, I know personally I need to start exercising every single day. Like I really need to. That's very important for my well-being. And I'm finding a hard time doing that. But what I'm doing is just doing a simple things every other day. I'm starting there. Just start somewhere in a way that you can get used to making the big change over time. Small little changes every single day lead up to big changes is what I'm trying to tell you here. So don't feel bad if you think, oh, I'm not really quitting cigarettes. I'm only smoking 2 less a day. That's 2 less toxic cigarettes you've inhaled into your lungs. And so give yourself time to fully quit what you're doing or to fully start a new thing that you need to do in your own way. Maybe you're somebody, like some people jump into cold water. They need to run out and dive in, and that's how they do it. And others like me, I'm like, I tiptoe very slowly and adjust. I need to adjust as I go on. I can't shock my system like that. And so how you are. You might be somebody who prefers having your system more shocked, or you might be somebody who needs to like slowly adjust. So whatever it is that you need to do, that's the message here. There's a really big message though for your thinking. It's a lot of it has to do with your thinking, quitting toxic things and doing better, exercising. These are all great and supportive things, but it really comes into your mind and how you think. And are you thinking about the things you want to bring into your life? Creative thoughts really need to make up your whole mind right now. Thinking of creative things, creative ways to do everything. Creative ways to make your meals every day, creative ways to dress, whatever, it doesn't matter. The point here is that your mind is working on the positives. You're thinking about things in your world. Doesn't matter how mundane it is, you're making thoughts about those things more creative. So, and it doesn't have to be that this is some, something that's going to bring you to your purpose. It's more about healing your mind from any negative thinking by refocusing and recentering your mind on the now, on the task at hand. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, drawing a bath, cleaning your floors, be in the task at hand and think maybe of a positive way, creative way. For example, if you absolutely hate doing housework, if it makes you feel like crap, I hate it too, put on some headphones, put on some music that you love and dance around and do it. Like make it fun. If you find that you think you're constantly thinking thoughts of, ugh, I hate the way I look, or ugh, I hate this, I hate that. Start looking at, this is what I like, I like my eyes, or I like how my lips are, or I like how I laugh, or I like that I'm thoughtful this way, and I like that, think about the things you actually really like about yourself and stop thinking about things you don't like. So really focus in on what you want to create, focus what you want to be. Who do you want to be? Be that person now. That's who you need to be right now. I want to be really in control. I want to be, I want emperor energy. I want to be able to be a strong leader and know exactly where I want to go in my life and live with determination and focus and discipline. Then be it. Do it now. Nothing's stopping you. Nothing is stopping you from doing that. But if you're feeling low energy and if you're feeling defeated and emotional, this is time for you to rest. You can conquer another day. Conquer your fatigue right now. And just think, okay, I have this, I can do this, I can rest. I can, I'll take a walk in nature and I'll really absorb the trees. It was raining the other day and normally I stay in the house, but I live in the West Coast. It's like a rainforest here. So it's always raining. And I thought, I am just going to go out. And I did. I put on my jacket. I went out into the forest and I'm like, what? This is exactly what I needed. And it felt good. It didn't matter that it was raining and cold a little bit. It's February. It's not, everything looks dead, but there was a beauty in it too. And it doesn't matter because nature is always there for you, for all of us, all the time. Whenever we need to be replenished, we need rest, we need healing. I keep looking behind me like there's somebody there. Yeah, so you're definitely guided because you have a higher mission. You are meant to share this with people. You are meant to illuminate the path for others, to help guide their way, especially people younger than you who haven't been through this yet. You're the path. You're the way. You're the way. That's what I get here. You're the way. Whatever that it means for you in your life. Whatever that means. I keep getting a woman looking in a mirror at her face, and it's like skincare regime or some kind of thing. Maybe you overcome something about your skin. Maybe you overcome something about how you look, how you see yourself in the mirror, and now you're gonna say, "Hey, I used to be this way, and I'm gonna teach you how I healed, and maybe it'll help you." Something like that. I'll give you another example too. I have found several influencers on YouTube, or not influencers, educators, who are talking about something they overcame, and one of them was binge eating. And that was something I've struggled with a lot in my life, is binge eating. And I found his video and I watched it, and I was completely stopped binge eating after one time watching this video. And the reason why is because it just resonated with me. The way he was a binge eater too, and what he said aligned with me and how I do things. And so it triggered in me what I needed to know. And so that's how you're going to be for others. You're just, something you're going through right now is going to be a trigger for others. And it doesn't mean you have to have a YouTube channel or all this, or write a book, or any kind of, you don't even, not even do it in the public. It might just be in your family, in your own lives, and in your children, in the people in your community. And not all of us want to be out in the public eye. Not all of us want that. Some of us want to be more private, quiet lives. Even at your workplace, wherever it is, you are going to be the way shower for people. You will show the way by doing it yourself and overcoming these things yourself. So that's why you've been going through so much. You needed to know how to get through it on your own, because you're going to have to decide on your own where you're going now. The path has to be you finding your own way. That's the very strong message that I get here right now. It's for you to clear the path yourself, and to really take away anything in your life that is not aligned with your higher purpose. Anyone in your life that is not aligned with your higher purpose. So in things too, maybe you just feel like being alone right now, then be alone. Don't put pressure on yourself to go to the movies or go out for dinner if you don't want to. That's what they invented Uber and Netflix. It's okay if that's it. But maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you've been hermiting for too long, and now you just really need to get out there. Then go out for dinner. Treat yourself. Do it. Go somewhere and eat out. You don't have to do it with anyone. You can go by yourself. That is a really awesome thing to do, by the way, to go out to dinner by yourself. Just bring a book. Enjoy yourself. You don't have to be with anyone else if that's not where you're at in your life right now. So I just want to give you permission to just do your own thing. Don't worry about what other people think. Again, we're letting go of anything that does not align with us right now, and that includes any kind of, I can't do that kind of thinking. I'm being so embarrassed to sit by myself. Who cares? Who cares? People might think that I was stood up, then asked to sit at the bar or sit at one little table, bring a laptop, look busy, look like you book, look like you went there to be on your own and enjoy yourself. And who fucking cares what other people think anyway? What influence do they have on your life? You don't even know them. You'll never see them again. So why would you care? I'm not saying that you do, by the way, but for those of you that do, why do you care what other people say or think about you? Maybe some of you want to start a YouTube channel or something, like I mentioned before, but you're like, but people are mean and I'll just get hate. And yeah, you will. Of course you will. I get tons of hate. But you know what? You get a lot more people that have positive things to say. And you just block the people that say negative stuff. Who cares? Who cares what they have to say? They're unhappy, miserable people who cannot get over themselves, and that is not your problem. What other people think of you is not your problem. And that's that alignment thing. Stop caring what other people think. Does not matter. Look at the influencers that are out right now that have massive followings. They are not conventionally beautiful. Maybe they're obese. Maybe they have a weird lisp. Or they're not attractive in any way, shape, or form, but they have a huge following because they are following their path and they don't care what other people think. And that's what you need to do right now. is to really not give a flying F what other people think of you. Okay, so I'm gonna grab, sorry, does that sound like a lecture? I didn't mean to lecture, but I feel like some of you really needed to hear that. You needed to hear that. You needed to hear that, to have permission to just do something that might be unconventional by society standards, you know, like dining alone. Some places it's like New York, everyone does it. I lived in New York for a while, and that was where I learned to eat by myself and not care. But other places, you know, going out by yourself, people might look at you screwy, but you just have to not give a shit, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. And that's just an example. You don't have to go out to dinner alone if you don't want to. But apply that to anything that you feel like, oh, I can't do that. It's embarrassing. Why? Why do you care what anyone else thinks of you? They have no power over your life. That's you. You have the power. Right. Why did I know this card was going to come out? Okay. Yeah, I feel a lot of you are going to be writing and publishing things about what you've been going through. I just know it. I felt it in this group, but it's up to you. And again, it's about that creative process. When you're in the creative flow, what I was talking to you before about doing mundane things, just anything, and being creative about it, maybe listening to music, like I said, or trying something that's different scent, or anything, any little mundane thing where you change things up just a little bit helps shift your mind to be a little bit more creative. And then you'll start to get those creative juices coming back and those ideas coming in and that enthusiasm coming back, because I feel like you're lacking enthusiasm because you've been through a lot. But now you're giving some time to rest and rejuvenate. So really take this time, make the most of it. Really make the most of it, because you're going to be busier down the line and you want to be rested, is what I feel. And writing. Now, writing can just be you writing in a journal. You don't now have to show it to anyone, okay? But right now, writing out anything right now, writing is very strong for you. And I really feel that some of you, though, it's a blog or writing an article or of some kind, or a post or some form of writing is going to be very important to you, important to others too. Okay, so don't be afraid. If you're writing something, maybe your poetry came to my mind. Maybe some of you are writing poetry and you're terrified to show it to anyone because you're worried that they might, poo-poo it, and then you'll feel like you want to crawl into a rock and die. Believe me, I know. It's terrifying, especially poetry, because it comes from your soul. Like, it comes from that place deep within you, and you being rejected there is a very difficult thing. Poetry means you have to be vulnerable. You have to it's a lot. Any kind of creativity, anything you do is creative, makes you vulnerable, because people are going to tear it to shreds. But again, don't care what people think, because there's going to be some people that you touch with that writing that is going to change their lives. And that's all you should think about. That's the only thing. That you're expressing yourself in your authentic and true way, because you know some people might benefit from this. And don't give a shit about the people who are going to tear you down. Let them be their miserable selves. You follow your own path here. Be brave, okay? Be brave. That's what I want to tell you. Because I feel like you're overwhelmed and tired, and you've been through a lot, and you're feeling a lot of self-doubt. But I know that you're feeling illuminating. It's just that gotta trust it. The path is illuminating. You can see the sun coming up on the horizon. You can see it happening. I know it. I feel it for you. And so I want you to trust it. And I want you to trust whatever it is you need to do. Be weird if you need to. Don't be afraid to be weird. Weird is being embraced wonderfully right now in the collective. So be weird, okay? You're your authentic, weird, true self. Recognition. Oh my goodness, guys. That's what I felt. Now, when I do these readings, I really try to remember that this is a group reading. So not all of you are going to want recognition. Not all of you are going to want to be out in the public eye. But I kind of feel like that's where this group is currently, or where you're going. You're going to get recognition for something you write. and it's going to help illuminate the path for others. This is the path you're heading down, 100%. No doubt in my mind. That's where you're going. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. No, confidence. Yes, that's what I say. I'm telling you, you have to have confidence in your path right now, because speak with confidence. And the way you're going to get out of this lack of confidence that I know so many of you are in right now is, as I said, being in the mundane moments and really fully immersing yourself in them in any which way, shape, or form that you can. Okay, now it's time to be mundane and be okay. You're resting. You're shutting all that off. I know you're big picture thinkers, a lot of you in here, big picture thinkers. You think ahead. You think of you have all these big ideas. But now it's like, okay, cool. Those are great. But let's come down to earth and let's just sit in our ideas for a little while we're doing these mundane things and rest. We're not acting on anything right now. We're writing. We're being vulnerable. We're having confidence. We're building that up. That's where you're at. Okay, I feel like I need to pull in more music. So some of you, it's going to be writing music. These two cards, writing music, has come up in other reading too. So if you were in that other reading, it's been coming up in a couple of my readings, I believe. So if you've been watching some of my readings and you keep picking these piles, you're meant to write music. You're meant to. And you're like, I'm not a musician. If that's how you feel, something around music and writing is coming in. You can't see it yet. And when it happens, you'll be like, damn, I did not see that coming. And it does not necessarily mean you're going to be a rock star or anything like that. It's more, I mean, it could be, definitely. I think it's more, though, about it's an expression of yourself that's going to come through music and writing. Writing music, or music is going to influence your writing. The two are coming in hand. I don't know how that's going to come into play. You'll know. Come back, leave it in the comments and let me know, because this has come up in a lot of different piles. Oh, one more. Fearless. Ugh, guys, what have I been saying this whole reading? It's to have confidence in yourself. You got to do things. Don't be afraid of what other people think of you right now. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I feel like I really need to pound that home with you right now. So many people are paralyzed in fear of following their path because they are so scared of what other people are going to think about it. That other people are going to be like, it's stupid, or ugh, how embarrassing. I can't believe you do that. Like, I'm a tarot reader, okay? I was scared to death to do this, because I have people that I know that would look down on me for this. And I have another business that I have where I'm in the public eye, so people might recognize me, and I just decided I didn't fucking care. I enjoy it. I really enjoy doing this. I don't care if I ever make money from it or not. It's not, I just feel at home here. I just enjoy reading tarot. It makes me happy. And so I just decided I don't care what these other people think of me. And did it anyway. And so that's what I want to pass on to you. I want you to just do what it is. If you are terrified, if you are thinking to yourself right now, I'm not standing in front of a camera and putting myself on. No way. Why? I want you to get to the answer there. I want you to ask yourself why. If it's because your answer is, I really prefer to be in the background. I'm not interested in having people watch me. I don't want to draw that kind of attention to myself. I prefer to work behind the scenes. That's your honest answer. If that's really your honest answer, then that's okay. But if you're asking yourself this question and underneath you feel a little anxiety because you're worried, embarrassed to stand in front of a camera, that's where you need to go. You got to follow your fears. And just practice, just start standing in front of a camera and talking about anything. Doesn't matter. Just do it. And if you watch yourself back and you're like, oh, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Because trust me, if you have good information to share, people will listen to you. They're not going to care what you're dressed like or what you look like or how old you are, or how young you are, how squeaky your voice is, or whatever it is you're worried about, okay? They only care that you have information that they need and you're conveying it in a way that is interesting and easy to understand. And that's really what it boils down to. So yeah, I'm going to leave your reading here. Thank you so much for joining me. Do leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know, I want to know if this resonated. So, leave a comment. That would make me happy. I'd love to hear from you. And do subscribe to my channel. This helps to support me as a creator. And I also want to have you back. So thank you again. I enjoyed this. Good luck. I know you can do it. Bye now. Hello, Soul Group 2, and welcome to your reading. So in this reading, we're going to talk about where you're headed next in your path and your higher self's message that wants to come through right now for guidance on what's coming up. So this is because I feel so many of us are feeling a little bit unsure of what's next. And this is sort of like a little bit of a light in the fog, like the fog's dissipating a little bit of our path so that we can see where we're heading next. So this card here is the Arbiter. And that's the one that is part of your psyche at the moment, what's coming forth. And that has a lot to do with you're a very compassionate person, and people have been taking advantage of that. You're very much, maybe you've been a people pleaser, but I feel like it's more that you're very generous, a loving, generous person. And that's been taken advantage of in the past. And I feel that perhaps you went through something recently or in your life that has really helped you see who in your life is good and who has to go. So I feel like the scales of justice are balancing in your favor right now. So if you've had to deal with bullies or just nasty people who stabbed you in the back, or maybe this might have to do with a court case, or if like maybe you're getting a divorce, or maybe you're breaking up with a partner in a business, and you've been through a lot, and now you're just sort of feeling the scales of justice basically are starting to balance now in your favor. But it has more to do with the fact that you really trust and need to trust your own intuition. You're very, very intuitive. You know what to do. You've always known what to do. And you know that you know what to do. But other people have made you doubt that about yourself. And you've taken a few knocks from some really nasty people. I really feel this group, that this really has a lot to do with people that have been not kind to you in some way, shape, or form. Or you just had a really bad disillusion of a relationship of some kind. So maybe you went through kind of an ugly divorce or falling out of some kind. There's been some falling outs, but I feel like it was something that you just didn't see coming. Like you didn't, not that your relationship was going to end, but more that you didn't see how ugly that other person really was until their true colors started to shine. And then you got to see them for who they were. And I feel like you've been taken advantage of. I feel like people have been taking advantage of your good nature and your generous nature for a while now. And some of these people are getting their comeuppance. And part of that was you getting them out of your life. And maybe they didn't go quietly. And so I feel with this card right now is that, for one, you're getting out of this. I feel travel, because there's these, they almost look like passport stamps. So I feel like you're going to be traveling here. Your next part of your journey is traveling. to another country. And so that could be anything. Maybe it's just a little vacation you take, or maybe your work or something you're doing is going to be taking you to another country. So I feel a change in residence, or just traveling at other places. You're visiting other countries, and you're kind of going to be, you either are now or you will be exploring this whole new adventure. I feel a new adventure coming your way. I feel like you've stood your ground, that you stood up to people who treated you badly. And maybe you don't feel you did, but I strongly feel that you did your best that you could in the situation that you were in. And now you're going to start to feel balance. You're going to start to feel things working out in your favor very much more. So let's take a look at all the cards. Put that one up there. I have some oracle cards here, and we're going to look at the tarot as well. And so I'm going to lay these out first. We're going to do the tarot. So we have personal power, the mysteries of life, a major change. Okay, this is the 8th house. So I'll grab the tarot. So this has to do with spiritual, mental, and physical. So your spiritual, 8th house, personal power, mental, 8th house, mysteries of life, and physical, a major change. So that could be your physical body or your physical, the world around you, basically, your environment, the earth, your money, your finances, anything to do with earthly kind of physical concerns. And the mental is your mind, how you think, your subconscious, and spiritual is spiritual, your higher self's message. Okay, I'm just grabbing some tarot here. I'm going to pull one card for each one so we can see what we're looking at. So the spiritual, personal power, we have 4 of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Put that there. Mysteries of life. I can't believe you got Justice. And the Arbiter, look at that. Wow. Okay. A major change. Page of Wands. Hey, look at, see? It looks like he's gone to a tropical place and he's learning about, some new magical creature in this jungle that he's never been to before. He's like an explorer kind of a thing. That's what I felt. I felt explorer energy big time. Okay. And I'm going to lay out the rest of your oracle cards too. We did this in first group, so I'm going to do that in yours as well. So this one, you got 3 of these cards. We have the how is in the now. What has your intuition been trying to tell you? Oops. Okay. You heal by releasing, not suppressing. What emotions do you need to feel? You are the truth seeker, awakening, actualizing, transcending. How can you invite more grace to guide you? Sorry, there's a reflection. It's kind of dark, and I have to have a whole bunch of different lights in, so it's reflecting off these cards a bit. I apologize if you can't see them very well. Okay, next we have baby steps, action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. There's a very similar vibe to pile 1 here. So if you were drawn to pile 1, as it is with many of my readings, pile 1 and 2 seem to be connected. Okay, earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. We have rest. Very much pile 1 vibes going on here. All right, so I'm gonna have to shift some cards so we can see them all. And finally, the Sun. Joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play. Okay, and look at this. How is in the now? And look at how she's standing in the sunlight, beautiful light. So the sun is shining on you now. You're coming into a much better position. Things are definitely working out in your favor. I mean, you have the arbiter, the justice, like the sword of truth and the scales of justice twice in this reading. So a lot of you who are going through a law, some kind of legal battle, this is definitely going to work out in your favor, okay? Just trust in it. Trust that no matter what the outcome, it is going to be the best thing for you. And I really see here that you're being asked to really rest, just like pile 1. But yours is a much stronger message of that, because spiritually, personal power, 4 of Swords, rest. You dream. Your dreams are very connected to spirit. Spirit comes to you, and your higher self comes to you in dreams. So you really need to pay attention to what you're dreaming, and write it down when you wake up, if you want, if you can, or you could record on your phone. And if you, sometimes it's hard to find right in the dark or the pen, you can just use your phone and talk into it, maybe. But regardless, I feel like you're doing a lot of spiritual work in your dreams right now, and resting and sleeping and meditating is a big one for you too. You're being asked to really rest right now in a meditative state, and to follow the moon cycles. The moon cycles are going to be really important for you right now. The 8th house is Scorpio. And it's about the mysteries. And I feel like in your dreams is where the mysteries are going to unfold. And it's like a mystery that needs to unfold for you. I feel you like the mystery, even though you might pretend that you don't. I kind of feel like that. I don't know why I said that. I just kind of came out, but I think that's true for some of you. But definitely you are really about to feel really good. Any of you have you feel exhaustion in this pile, and you're going to start to feel that vitality coming back. And really it's going to come back by you taking time to rest, meditate, be in nature, be really at one with everything, and be at peace. And both the Justice card and the other one is letting me know here that things are going to be working out in your favor, and that you need to trust, and you just need to have faith in where you're going, because the balance, the truth is in you. You know the truth. You've always known the truth. You've always known what to do. And you might feel like you're kind of in free fall right now, or you have been, but there's this illumination that's happening in your mind. There's an illumination that's coming, very much like the first pile. But in this pile, it's more to do with dream work, and like you're going through upgrades and healing in your sleep and in your dreams and when you meditate. And so it's really important that you do those things right now. Whatever you feel called to do, I really feel like you need to do that. Like, follow your intuition is coming very strongly through this entire reading. Your intuition is spot on. And I feel a lot of you have a clear cognizance. You just know what to do. You know it. You've always known what to do. You just have this deep inner knowing of things. You can't explain why, but you do know, and you need to trust that. You really need to trust it, and it's guiding you right now. That inner sense, that inner knowing is guiding you. Really follow it. Really trust it. Pay attention to your dreams. Even if they're scary, there's a message in there for you. It's our brain's way of translating, into pictures and metaphors, emotions that we're having. So if you're having scary dreams, that's a fear coming up. So, and this is like with baby steps here, following your intuition. I feel like there's an exhaustion, and you've been through a lot, and you don't trust people anymore. So this is taking baby steps. This is you putting yourself back out there in a gentle way, so that you feel balanced. Very much a feeling of balancing out here. And it's going to be coming from you really stepping outside what is familiar to you. You need to step outside what's familiar and what's known. And that, a lot of you, it's going to be literally going to a foreign country, and finding something there that's going to spark something inside of you, and you're going to set you on a whole new path. I just feel like that. And it's going to come after, if For some of you, it'll come after some kind of decision that has to be made. Whether it's a legal decision, some kind of paperworky legal decision, like maybe you're selling a house too, or you're signing a lease, or you have to, some kind of legal papers that have to be signed for some reason. You'll know what that is. And if that's not the case, either that will be, or it's more to do with a decision within you that needs to be made, or that you will make, and that's going to take you to another country, and a foreign one. So it's going to be like one you haven't been to before, and like they speak a different language. That's how I feel. Okay. Because you're releasing a lot. You've been releasing a lot of, purging a lot of toxins. You've been purging a lot of bad people from your life. I don't think a lot of you were doing that necessarily consciously, but you've been going through some difficult times here. You've been going through a dark night of the soul, some of you have been going through, but mostly it's like you've just been releasing a lot of things that aren't in alignment with you, people that aren't in alignment, jobs, and it's happened in ways that's been pretty destructive, and you're exhausted now, but you're ready for a change. You're ready to kind of go into the deep dive. But know the sun is here, so it's illuminating this whole beautiful reading that things are just you're gonna feel really good. And I feel a lot of you are gonna be standing in the sun in a foreign country, just feeling like, wow, this is exactly what I needed. You're gonna feel excited and a rush of awareness. Like that is where something is gonna come into your mind that's going to lead you down a different path in life. And it's going to happen when you visit some foreign country, I have a feeling. And those of you that are not going to be traveling, it's going to be internal travel, like an astral travel. So you might actually be in your dreams, dreaming of being in some other country where they're speaking a different language, and that's going to be what you're doing. Okay. Okay. We have prayers. Yeah, I feel a lot of you have been praying for change. You've been praying for a good outcome for things, and this is letting you know absolutely going to have a good outcome. Whatever happens is going to be for your benefit and in your favor, and you really need to trust that you're being guided. Okay, definitely being guided, and you've been heard. Your prayers have been heard. I feel some of you have been really pleading for help from above, and this is like letting you know that you've been heard. Mediumship. That's what I thought. Yeah, I was getting with these cards, like I feel like you're able to just tap into something in your dreams, or when you go into a meditation, or maybe some of you can go into a trance. I don't know, but I feel as though you are able to connect to something outside of our realm, world, whatever, through your dreams especially. That's what I said about astral travel. I just feel like, yeah. And some of you might actually be contacted by somebody who passed away. Something is really going to change in your life, I feel. And some kind of event is going to happen. And I feel it's going to, for a lot of you, it's going to be when you travel somewhere. And you're just going to have a knowing. Something's just going to wake up. Like someone's going to flip a light on, and you're like, oh, that's the answer. That's where I have to go. That's what I have to do. That's, it's like and it's being assisted through somebody who's passed on. They're with you, and they're assisting you in this awakening. Okay. Contact. Oh my God. I love tarot when it does this. Yeah, so you're going to be contacted by somebody who's passed on. It could be in a dream through meditation, or it could just be when you're visiting some foreign country. I don't know. I feel something like that is coming. Wow. More recognition. Yeah, you're going to feel, finally, you're going to feel like it's your time to stand in the sun. It's your time to get what you deserve. That's the whole reading. You deserve you're getting what you deserve. And you've been good people. You have been helping people. You have been really trying hard to be a good friend, to be a good like daughter or son, or a good wife or husband, or whatever it is. I feel like you really do try, and people have taken advantage of that, and you are heartbroken right now. I feel like there's some heartbreak in here. The kind of heartbreak that's like where you just kind of feel like like part of your heart is almost atrophied, like you don't have the capacity to love there anymore, but you actually really do. It's coming back. The sun is coming back, and you're going to start to see things working out very much in your favor, and you're going to start to feel more balance in your life. Things are going to work out in your favor. I don't know. I just got to keep saying that. I think you need to know that very strongly. You're worried about an outcome of something, and I'm just letting you know that outcome is going to be in your favor. Whatever that means. That it's balanced. Balance is coming to your life. Fairness is coming. You deserve it, and it's coming for you. And you're also a very fair person. You give people the benefit of the doubt. And so I kind of got, for some of you, maybe this person you passed on is the person that you have strife with. Things went unsaid, or you were angry or something, but they're coming to talk to you or contact you in some way, so for forgiveness, and you will forgive them, and you will feel lighter. There's a lot going on. It's like a lot of different messages, because it's a lot of different people, but the overall message here is that you're going to be contacted in some way. Probably in your dreams. It's a time for rest. It's a time to get better. It's a time for you to dive into those mysteries of life, and to accept that there are certain things that are out of your control, but that when you are a good person, and when you do good things, and when you lead from the heart, you will always be rewarded, and you will be rewarded. And it is going to work out in your favor, because you deserve it. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Do comment on this. I would love to hear your thoughts. I hope you come back. Do subscribe to the channel, because I put out these readings when I can. I'm a mom of two. And so it's hard to put out the readings sometimes, but I love them so much. It makes me happy, and I like knowing that I can help people and guide them. And so I hope this helped you. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now. Hello, Soul Group 3. Welcome to your reading. So I'm doing a reading today on where you're going, how your higher self is guiding you on their path, how your higher self is kind of illuminating your path going forward. So this reading is going to help you kind of see a little more clearly in the fog. For those of you that have been, wondering what's ahead, and you're feeling a little apprehension and you're not sure what to do, this reading is going to help you clear some of that away, so that you can, really move forward with confidence and know what to do here. So we have for you Wanderer as your card. This reminds me a lot of a person who's the lone wolf, loves an adventure, willing to go, climb the highest mountain and by himself, with a backpack full of all the gear he needs, not afraid to go wherever. And I think that's kind of a dual meaning here. One is that you're being asked to be open to anything, any adventure coming up. Be willing to take it. Be willing to take a risk. Be willing to go on an adventure. Be willing to open your mind up to possibilities you didn't even consider before. That's what the Wanderer card is here for. It's, but I feel a lot of you are wanderers. You kind of always are wandering from place to place and thing to thing, and maybe you don't have a real solid friend group. I gotta get loner vibes from this pile, whether you want to be loners or you don't want to be loners. There's a vibe of being alone. And for those of you that are maybe already in a relationship with somebody, it could be that you don't have a lot of friends, peer group. You don't, I just feel this group, this group doesn't have a support system, or you don't feel like you have the support system that you need right now. That sense of community, that sense of like, you know, your own personal family, ones that we choose are kind of our own tribe, our own sisterhood, brotherhood, whatever it is that you identify with. I kind of feel like you're missing that. And maybe you've been purposely avoiding it. Maybe you've been tried before and it just didn't work out. But for whatever reason, you're kind of a bit more of an introvert, lone wolf kind of person. Like, you're willing to take risks. You're willing to go to places other people aren't willing to go. But you tend to do it by yourself. And if not, you're being asked to. It's in your nature to be like that. It's in your nature to be a wanderer, to like a Sagittarius energy, to travel, to go see the world, to try new things, do new stuff, like reckless abandon, like just go for it. It's like, that's really the feeling you're gonna get. See, he has like these, almost looks like claw scratch, like you'll get hurt along the way. We all do, but you know what? It's gonna give you kind of experience and wisdom that you could never get had you not done it. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, that's an interesting card. Let's see where it goes from here. So I have all of these oracle cards we're going to look at, and I'm going to look at the tarot with this one. So this is the 7th house, and we have spiritual, mental, and physical. So spiritual balance, mental cooperation, physical your partners, and we have, this is about partnerships. So community, holding hands, relationships basically. So I'm going to pull some tarot, and then we're also going to lay out all the oracle cards, but I did in the other piles so you can see everything at once. Okay. Because I feel for this pile that loner vibe that you're now being asked or you're being told, guided, that things will change, that you're going to start meeting new people. And these new people coming in are going to help you find that sense of stability and balance in your life. And these new people are going to be fun and adventurous. It's funny because my cat just came out and she's perched up against the window looking at a squirrel in the yard. Oh, she wants that squirrel. But that's what I feel like. You're just going to have somebody who's like, hey, come on, come with me. Let's go chase that squirrel together. You know, like, you're going to be like, somebody's going to come in, or people, or someone, or a group of people, or whatever, that's going to ask you to step outside your comfort zone. And I feel like that will be really good for you. You need to step outside your comfort zone. And you kind of need to let some people in now. If you've been keeping people away for a while, like you just, for whatever reason, your own reasons. But now you're kind of being asked to be open to new relationships and new people who are coming in. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle this a bit more, actually. And we're going to see, there we go, what cards want to tell you. So for spiritual balance, we have all the lovers. Like, come on. Of all the cards, the lovers, yeah. Yeah. Next, that's spiritual too. So mental cooperation. We have Page of Swords, which is a mental card. mind, card of the mind and communication. Finally, we have Queen of Cups for your partners. Wow. This is great. Okay. So let's lay out all your other tarot cards, or oracle cards, I mean, and see what we have. So you also got 3 of these ones. First pile only had 2, second had 3. We have: turn your worry into wonder. Surrender to the experience. What possibilities can you dream into reality? Again, that's that. Wanderer spirit. Like, don't be afraid to, sorry there's glare on the cards because they have a lot of lighting around because it's very dark today. You're being asked to take an adventure, to do something that you've never done before, that is going to be catalyzed by a group of people or somebody. Almost got the vibe of like maybe somebody you work with, you don't know that well, maybe they've always wanted to get to know you, and they came up to you and said, hey, a bunch of us are heading down to this concert or this place or this cabin, or we're going here, we're doing this and we're doing that. Want to come? Like, go. And if you feel like some part of you wants to go, but that other part of you that just wants to be alone is like, no, you really need to follow that inner nudge, that inner knowing, and take an adventure with somebody. Like, if somebody's reaching out their hand for you, it's because you're meant to take it. You're meant to see where it goes. With discernment, of course. I mean, if somebody's making you nervous, don't go with them. Like, you have the ability to discern between who is good and who isn't. And I feel like you've been through a lot in your life. And maybe that's the reason why you close people out, too. Too many people have been toxic in your life, and you don't want to deal with that anymore. So you've built up a good understanding of who is toxic and who isn't. So, use discernment, obviously, but I really do feel, though, that you shouldn't turn down any offers from people. Like, I feel if it's some kind of adventure, somebody's asking you to go somewhere with them or do something, just go. Like, have fun. See where it takes you. Gratitude is the life force of peace. What are you thankful for? Yeah, I feel too with this card as loner. I feel that kind of that hardened heart a little here. People have pissed you off. They've done awful things to you. Maybe they treated you like crap, and you're just like kind of over it a bit. And this is saying, like, find gratitude for all the people that have been in your life, even the bad ones, because they taught you something about yourself. And they taught you about life, and they taught you about, who to trust and who not to trust. The world is full of people who are out just for themselves. And they will take advantage of others, and they won't care who they hurt. All of us have to deal with these people. And I feel in this group, you've had to deal with a few. Maybe they were close. Maybe they were parents or siblings, or somebody really hurt you. And so you prefer the company of yourself. And I get it. And I get it. But this is saying here, it's like, feel that sense of gratitude for everything and all of it. Because you're here and you're you, and you have all this wisdom now because you made it this far. And so it's like, be grateful to yourself for making it this far. You can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. What belief is limiting you? And I like that there's 2 people here. One's looking one way and one's looking the other. Twins. It's the same person. It's like you have a choice. Continue to be, that kind of loner vibe, or if you want. Or choose to let people in. You're being asked to kind of let people in right now. And it might be hard for you because you might have been through a lot with some people. I think some of you might be trying to get back into the dating scene. Maybe you've been in a long-term relationship that ended not so great, or just ended. I don't think any relationship ends great, does it? I mean, So maybe you're just feeling a little bit like uncertain about starting over. And I get it. Like, it's not easy, but I feel like you're being asked to do that now. Now you're kind of being asked to step outside your comfort zone and try to find some new people and have fun. Have fun. Have fun. Have a new adventure. Have a new adventure, okay? We have held. Sureness in the, what's that say? Sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, community. Yeah, that's, we're going to get to the tarot here in a second, but I really feel somebody's coming in. Friend group, bunch of people, just, and it might be around something that you're doing, a work project, or, I don't know. It could be anything, really. I mean, this is a group reading, so it could be a romantic partnership coming in. Maybe somebody, some of you might have a friend that confesses their love to you. And you might be like, yeah, that's weird. I don't know. We've been friends. You know what? Go out with them. Try it out. I felt like that for my husband. We were friends for 4 years. I had no desire, no sexual desire for him at all. But he did for me after 4 years, and he pursued that for a year. And I was like, oh, I don't know, but I didn't want to lose this friendship. But then over time, I started to see things differently. I opened up to it. And now we've been married for like, we have 2 kids, and we've been together for like 25 years or something. It's been a long time. So none of that would have happened had I not been open to the friendship changing. So what do you believe? Again, what do you believe about your friendships that you currently have, about the people that are in your life? What do you believe about the people coming into your life? Maybe you have it wrong. Maybe you should shift your beliefs. The Lover's card is about what you believe about other people, and it's falling into this position of spiritual balance. So this is like birds of a feather flock together. Like, find your people. Find the people who are like you, who will lift you up, who will set you free, who will help you fly, like those people. And also know that Spirit's with you. Your higher self is with you all the time, with you. You're never really alone. And it's safe to let other people in, and it's safe to try these new things. We have down here in physical, in your partnerships, there is somebody coming in who's loving, and a mother energy, I feel here, nurturing, loving, supportive, beautiful, wonderful energy of somebody who's balanced. So for some of you, if you're meeting a woman, that's how she is. And she's going to be that Queen of Cups energy, totally balanced in herself, and she's intuitive. And I also feel like it's you too. You're intuitive, but I feel like you're meeting more intuitive, more loving, more nurturing kind of people who are really going to be a lot like you. They're going to be, your vibe. And so, but you got to be open to it. You have to be open to new adventures that will take you to where these people are too. So, it's like step out of your comfort zone here a little. We have Star Family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Yeah. So again, that's about that. Your soul family is here, and you're going to start hooking up with them. They're going to start coming together with you. And for some of you, this is a soulmate coming in. This is your soulmate, the person that you want to be with for the rest of your life. Like, people who are going to be there for you for the rest of your life. Whoever that is coming in, whether it's romantic or whether it's a friend or like a family kind of a situation where you're like a soul family situation. So it depends on who's listening and where you're at in your life right now. But I really feel like your friendships are going to become more strong, and you're being asked to really expand your wings and fly out into new territory that you haven't been to before, because you're going to meet people who are going to be wanting to be a lot more like you, a lot more loving, a lot more kind, and they're really going to be your soul family. So we have Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. And I get that something that you need to know about yourself. Like, you bring balance and harmony to other people too. And these harmonious messenger people coming in, and they're going to have messages for you. Somebody's coming in with a message for you, and you're meant to listen to it. And I feel like it's a person that's a platonic person. Like somebody you're not in a romantic relationship with, or you don't even really maybe know that well, but that person's going to tell you something, and you're going to feel what? And you're meant to listen. And you're meant to follow. Like I said, I got the vision of somebody kind of happy-go-lucky coming up to you at your job, or like saying, hey, a bunch of us are going camping this weekend, want to come? And you just kind of feel like you should go. You should go. Something like that, You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. That's that vibe I keep getting in this reading. It's like, you know, I don't think I think some of you like to be alone, but you don't like to be alone. Like, you prefer the company of yourself because you don't really trust people, but at the same time, you want to be with people. Like, you're feeling lonely. I feel a lonely vibe here. Like, you're ready for letting some new people in. And this is letting you know that they are coming. And cooperation, we have Page of Swords, and he's standing here, but it's a messenger vibe again. So there's a messenger coming. It's going to be somebody probably young, and could be a child even. But I feel that it's somebody who's knows a lot of different things. So he's wearing a cap. It's like a university setting, high school maybe. Somebody who's studying something is going to come up and have a message for you. So at your school or at your university or your place of work or, yeah, something like that. And there's a messenger coming. And they're going to ask you something, or they're going to say something or do something, and you're meant to listen. So let's get these last oracle cards out. I think I need to reshuffle these. Yeah, I'm going to reshuffle them. Okay. You can tell by how I split the deck if I need to keep shuffling or not. Okay, let's try again. There we go. Okay. Take flight. I mean, what were we talking about with the birds? Like, I kept saying this reading, like, you need to take flight, like, you need to spread your wings and fly here. And it's somebody is coming to you with the way to do it, and you kind of meant to follow them. Could be in a dream too. Might not necessarily be somebody in real life, but I do feel it is somebody in real life. And you kind of meant to put yourself out there a little bit more. Spread your wings and fly. Let's see where it takes you. And that's where where you're gonna meet new people. Surfacing, yeah. It's time to come up now for air. If you've been sitting in your home, in your room, you know, with your headphones on, maybe watching Netflix or scrolling through social media. Now it's time to come out into the world and come up to the surface, because you're being asked to do this now. You're being asked to put yourself out there a little bit more. So these two want to come out. We have frequency shift and power. You're coming into your own power. Okay. There's a shift, really big shift happening for you here. And it's like, and it's coming in twos. It's coming with somebody. Somebody's going to make you feel empowered. You're going to feel better. And it's going to come from others who have been on the sidelines, haven't been in your life yet, or they're just kind of there, and they're about to become a more major player in your world now. And they're coming with a message. And the message could also come in the form of music or a song or something. It's like a frequency shift, almost like tuning a radio. It's like, I feel like you're tuning in to a higher power now, and you kind of need to follow the path that's coming out before you. And people are going to be really involved here, especially really intuitive people that you know or have that psychicness about them. They're just really intuitive. They're wise, and they're very relaxed people. Like, they're not, I mean, they're emotional and their emotions guide them, but they're not emotional in that they are hard to deal with. These are people who have their emotions in check. These are people who are very loving people. Very loving, very nurturing. They have that feminine nurturing aspect around them. I feel love for you. It's somebody's really, really going to love you. Let them love you. That's what I needed to say, or I felt like you needed to hear, is that you need to let them love you. And how you meet this person, you might already know them. Again, I get the sense of somebody that's in your world already, and you just don't see. There's a frequency shift, and you just don't see them yet, but you're going to. Okay. All right, that's what I have for you, Pile 3 or Soul Group 3. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this resonated with you. Please do leave a message. I'd love to know. And, you know, whatever happens in the future, if you remember this reading, come back and comment, because I would love to hear it. Do subscribe to my channel because I put out these readings as often as I can. You know, I'm a mom of 2 young kids, so it's not so easy to put out readings as often as I'd like, but I do love doing this so much. It makes me happy, and I hope that this helps you. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye now.